Bam, 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 bam. Bam, bam, ba-dam, bam. Bam, bam. Ladies and gentlemen, kings and queens, welcome back to another video. It is your host, Ordinary Guy, and I'm back at it again. And today we are finally about to talk about the Nintendo Switch 2. You see it, it's here. We have a lot to talk about. Try not to make the video too long because we've seen a lot already, but let's dive on in. So, the Nintendo Switch 2, this is what it looks like. As we know, it has the magnets and all that kind of stuff. It is available June 5th. That is correct, June 5th. And here is a little snippet of it. I'm on the Nintendo.com website, so we can check it out. As we know, this is the next evolution of the Nintendo Switch system. It is here. Bring games to life with a larger 1080p screen or connect it to the TV and play up to 4K resolutions. Support for HDR and frame rates up to 120 FPS. Let you enjoy vivid color, clarity, and smooth gameplay. Snap the new Joy-Con 2 controllers into place with magnetic connectors. Each controller can even be used as a mouse in compatible games. And in the videos I've seen so far, a lot of people say that all you have to do is just turn the controllers like in the mouse mode. Like you have it like this, you turn it this way, and it automatically registers as a mouse, and you just start playing. You don't have to go into settings and be like, oh, let's check it out. So that's pretty cool. Experience new exclusive games like Mario Kart World only on the Nintendo Switch 2. Plus, you can enjoy compatible games from the Nintendo Switch library, which is good. So backwards compatibility, all that good stuff. Here's a little bit a snippet of Mario Kart World. So as we know, this is the big controversy because we know Mario Kart is the best-selling game on Nintendo Switch. We got Nintendo Switch Nintendo's new Mario Kart World, and it is reported and confirmed to be $80. Now, a lot of us are complaining because $80 for a video game is already expensive. So video games is now changing to be an expensive hobby. However, at the same time, a game like Mario Kart World only takes up 23 gigabytes of space, comparing it to like a Call of Duty, which takes up 200 and something gigabytes. Which also, for the type of game it is, graphics, the quality, and stuff like that, you wouldn't imagine a game like Mario Kart, cutesy and fun, to be $80. Maybe something like Call of Duty, or maybe even something like a GTA 6 coming out, you can see that to be $80. But a game like Mario Kart World should probably just stick to 60. In fact, they have a bundle for the Nintendo Switch 2 where you can get the console along with Mario Kart World for $50. So if you want it separately, because you want to save money for whatever reason, just get the console for $450 plus the taxes and whatnot after. To buy it later is going to cost you $80. So this is probably their sales tactic in getting us all to buy Mario Kart all at once digitally at the same time, because you get to save yourself $30. But I truly believe that Mario Kart World should not be $80. It should just stick to 60, in my opinion. I do understand that the game is bigger, it utilizes different technology, so they're able to do better things and all this kind of stuff. I get it. But I just feel like this system just kind of caught up with other systems today, and it's probably not the most powerful. So, it just kind of feels like, why? Anyway, so right here we see the magnetic function here where you can like take it out. We see it in the grip. And apparently the grip also has the capability of charging your controller as well. You can charge the grip itself, which is kind of cool, and it will hold a charge, and then you can charge your controllers when you snap it in. I'm still doing the sliding from the Switch, which is crazy. And you see the desktop mode, where you can like play with a friend, and you also have on the right side here, you have the mouse mode that they're showing off as well. But overall, I love the 1080p. The only thing I'm mad about is the OLED not being an option. Even if it's just $50 extra, like I would pay the extra $50 to get an OLED screen, because I believe it's going to be better. You know, but I know what they're doing. They're gonna wait the next 3 years from now. They're gonna come out with a OLED version, and then we're gonna be out here wishing to have it. We're gonna trade it in and get out to get the OLED version. Yeah, it's very annoying. I know. But anyways, so that's about Mario Kart World. um, let's see what I have here. Okay, so let's scroll back down. So they also discussed game chat. Say hello to game chat. Start a chat with your friends at any time using the C button. That's the mysterious C button that's been leaked, that we knew what it was, but they try to like hold off on it, but it's finally revealed. Share your game screen while chatting to show what you've been up to. And for a more personal touch, connect face to face with the Nintendo Switch 2 camera or other compatible USB-C camera. Oh, okay. So they just confirmed that you can use other cameras. So we didn't even have to use this one. Yeah. Very interesting. The only thing I would say about this is a feature that like PS5 and other games, like PC, etc., is already doing. So they're just kind of catching up to what everybody else is doing. Like, thank you. We can finally chat with our friends online. This is great. Um, so it is what it is. I do like the desktop situation. And at the PlayStation, I mean, I'm saying PlayStation, PlayStation guy here, but the Nintendo camera was at first listed for 50, but the prices have changed because of tariff situations. We'll talk about that later. Yeah, so we see like the desktop mode. He has the grip, the controls in the grip. I do like that the controllers are bigger, which is great. Um, let's just move on. We have here the Pro controller. I do like the white accents on the Pro controller with the analog stick, and then you have the white buttons. That looks pretty cool. But however, I will say that the Pro controller is a little bit lacking in my opinion. There's nothing new about it. It's just a simple controller that looks like the Pro controller from last gen. The only thing different is the white colors, and they put the C button for the game chat. Um, and of course, the other difference is the price. It was originally listed for like $80, I believe, 80 or 90. I can't remember, but we'll get to the prices soon. Um, but those are all also changing because the tariffs. So that's a thing. And here you see a little snippet of Donkey Kong, um, Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I actually have it up here for you. Here we can check it out, kind of see for yourself. You know. Donkey Kong Bonanza. And as you can see, which is very interesting because when they first revealed this, I was expecting more of a Mario Odyssey 2 type of game. Mario is like their poster child, so when I saw that they have Donkey Kong, I'm like, what? And I love that. I love that they have something new because Donkey Kong has been, having its own games and stuff over the years, but nothing really new had came out recently. It was kind of nice to have this. And right here, I love this. I love that he has pants and stuff like that. Hopefully we can customize more clothes along the way. But they also changed his design. He looks a lot different from the original. Maybe because they wanted him to be more scary or something. The original, he was definitely more serious looking. So maybe this way they can have him have more fun, family friendly expressions. He'll still be, strong and badass and wreck stuff like what he's doing right now. I think this looks amazing. This is actually my true launch title that I'm looking forward to. Because Mario Kart is Mario Kart. That's just a staple everybody just buy on the Nintendo. It's just, the game you gotta buy. You play with your friends, play online now, all this kind of stuff. But to me, this is the game I'm looking forward to the most. And yeah, it's just different. I've never seen a game like this before, in my opinion. So shout out to them. Alright, so let's get back here. And we see the game on the Switch, and they're telling us here that it has bigger screen, same thickness. Go big with a 7.9-inch screen that lets you enjoy smooth gameplay anytime, anywhere. Play with greater detail and clarity thanks to the high definition LCD. That LCD, I don't like that. Display featuring support for HDR, which is good. VRR, don't even know what that is, but okay. And up to 120 frames per second in compatible games. Okay, no problem. Then we got the new dock. Connect the Nintendo Switch 2 dock to a TV and step into high res worlds on the big screen. So here, use the included dock to connect to the Switch 2 to your TV and unleash greater detail. So essentially, you can get 4K now with the dock, which is great. I'm looking forward to that. Let's keep pushing. So this is the side of the Switch. This is what it's gonna look like on the right. Well, yeah, an our right side looking at the Switch. Uh, they're showing that it's flexible. The stand, if to put it into desktop mode, it's way stronger. I trust this 100% just based on the how the design of the OLED one was. So that's pretty cool. Um, yeah, so new stand with a freely adjustable viewing angle. Place your Nintendo Switch 2, however you like, in a tabletop mode using a large stable stand with 150 degrees of freedom. You can also find a comfortable viewing angle, perfect for playing together. Top of the screen now has a USB-C port, in addition to one on the top. Plug in the included AC adapter to play in tabletop mode while the system is charging. So that's a big deal because I remember struggling putting it at the bottom because it's the only option, and then tabletop mode was you just couldn't do it because it was in the way. You have to hold it and charge. So now you have a reason to like be able to play all day. Plug it in and just kind of chill on the desk and play all day. It's pretty cool, you know. Okay, let's see. So this is the Joy-Cons controllers connects in a snap. Meet the new Joy-Con 2 controller designed to attach and detach with ease. Strong magnets keep the controls firmly attached to the system. Simply press and release button on the back to disengage. I'm like, what? The magnetic lock, and off they come. Yeah, which is cool. Then we have the mouse, the smooth mouse controls. The mouse sensor on the side of each Joy-Con 2 lets you turn surfaces like a table or your lap into a mouse pad. Both Joy-Con 2 controllers can be used for mouse controls at the same time, opening up new ways to play, like using both hands to control two mouse controllers simultaneously. Now that's a good idea, like being able to do this and have two mouses. And I don't know how that works because I'm used to just like mouse and keyboard, and I'm really just a pure controller guy anyway. But normally, if you're playing on PC, it's mouse and keyboard. So to have two mouse, how does that work? You know? Okay, C button has entered the chat. We kind of talked about that already. The C button, all together, anytime, anywhere, game chat. Now you can voice chat, share your game screen, and connect via video chat as you play. And we discussed that with the camera. And oh, the Switch has a built-in camera that's supposed to be good enough to hear your voice, where you don't need like headphones per se, and it drowns out like noise from your environment. So that's pretty cool. So yeah, check that out. Uh, however, small detail, game chat is included with any Nintendo Switch Online membership. So yeah, you need to now have online to access this feature, which I don't know. It's kind of normal, I guess, because we at this point you pay online for every other thing, PC, Xbox Game Pass, PlayStation. So it's whatever. But they do say that Game Chat open access period is until March 31st. So it's free until March 31st, 2026. And can be used without a membership. Afterwards, you need one, you know? And these are just some of the pictures of the Switch. You got the TV mode, tabletop mode, handheld. Three different ways to play, which is pretty cool. All right. It also comes with powerful processing and immersive graphics, crisp audio quality, and 3D what spatial sound. um and it comes with 256 gigabytes capacity with faster speeds. I was worried about this because when the Switch, well, at least the Switch that I got, it came with 64 gigabytes, I believe. If not 64, I think it was 32, and obviously that wasn't enough. So now having 256 gigabytes is good, but I was concerned because since the games are going to be better on the Switch 2, you know, that I was concerned that the games were going to, you know, take up more space. So even if we have 256 gigabytes, if a game is 50 gigabytes, it's the equivalent of a 32 or 64 gigabyte memory anyway. So I was kind of concerned. But when I found out that Mario Kart World was only 23 gigabytes, I'm like, oh, okay, so it's not as bad. So 256, comparing it to that type of gigabytes of game memory, that's not bad, you know? So you wouldn't need to buy external memory anytime soon, in my opinion. But at the same time, it's nice to have the external memory to have more. And it also says you can expand your storage with micro SD express cards. Great. Um, it says in addition to Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive games, Nintendo Switch 2 can play compatible Nintendo Switch games, and you can, yeah, which is great. We know this, and right here, all the how to buy accessories and all that kind of stuff. So now that we spoke about Nintendo Switch 2, um, it's gonna cost $450. I was at first a little bit uh I wasn't too mad at the price, but I guessed this with my friends that they're gonna make it 450. I thought it was more natural and fair for it to be 400 because the original was 3. So making it 400 with the specs and stuff that it has now, okay, cool, you know? But to make it 450 was kind of pushing it because, and I knew they were going to do this for Nintendo because it's kind of like you can't make it 500 because then you're telling it that it's the same value of a PS5, and it's not. It's a handheld. Anything handheld laptop is not going to be better than a PC or a console, you know. And if the PS5 is 500, there's no way you can make the Switch 500. I think that would be kind of crazy, you know. Um, but yeah, but making it 450 was the highest they could have done while not comparing it to the PS5 with the price and value. But they should have made it 400 in my opinion, but okay. I accepted the 450. 50 bucks extra is not too bad. Fine. Um and then you can get the bundle with Mario Kart World. If you don't know, the pre-orders for the Nintendo Switch 2 was supposed to go live on April 9th, I believe, and it was halted because of the tariff situation in the US. And that caused a problem because we was worried about if the price is going to go up and stuff like that. So according to this, it says retail pre-orders for Nintendo Switch 2 will begin April 24th. At launch, the price of Nintendo Switch 2 in the US will remain as announced on April 2nd at 450. The Nintendo Switch 2 bundled with Mario Kart World is 500. Pricing both physical and digital for pricing for both physical and digital versions of Mario Kart World is $80. Okay, so both physical and digital versions are $80. Donkey Kong is 70. Um, and that's not changed. Nintendo Switch 2 accessories will experience some price adjustments from those announced on April 2 due to changes in market conditions. Other adjustments to the price of the Nintendo product are also possible in the future depending on marketing conditions. We apologize for the retail pre-order delay and hope this reduces some of the uncertainty our customers may have experiencing, but we thank our customers for the patience and share their excitement to experience Nintendo Switch 2 June 5th. So here are the prices as of April 18th. The Switch is going to be 450. The bundle with Mario Kart World is 500. Mario Kart World stayed at 80. Donkey Kong is 70. Now, here's where things change. The Nintendo Switch 2 Pro controller, I think it was originally listed at $80, which I think is very expensive. Now it's $85, which is kind of crazy. The Joy-Con 2 pair was $90. Now it's listed at 95. So it looks like everything is getting an extra $5. Same thing with the charging grip. I think it was 35 bucks. Now it's 40. The strap is 14. I'm not sure if that changed or not. That seemed like the regular price, 14. I don't care for the strap anyway. Wheel set, I don't care for that. That's 25. I don't think that changed. I could be wrong. Uh, the camera is 55. It was confirmed to be 50. The dock, the new dock was I believe it was 110, but now it's 120. So that's a difference. But don't quote me on this. Check it for yourself. But I believe that's what I remember seeing. The carrying case and screen protector is 40. I don't remember if that changed or not. All-in-one carrying case is 85. AC adapter is 35. And then if you want the micro Samsung micro SD express card, which with 250 gigabytes for the Nintendo Switch, that's 60. To me, that's not a bad price for a 250 gigabyte SD card, but yeah. So these are the prices. So the good thing is the Switch is not changing price, which is great. And $80 is already too expensive for a Mario Kart World, in my opinion. Along as well as Donkey Kong Bonanza at 70, I accept it because we already have games at 70 on the PS5, and it's an exclusive. And I personally feel like that game, the fact that you can smash into like almost anything, I don't know. I feel like there's like a level of work they put into that, but I could be wrong. But okay, it's $70, fine. You know, I wouldn't even be mad if Mario Kart World was also $70. But yeah, the Joy Cons being $95 is crazy. I don't need a second pair at this point. You know what? Whatever. Hopefully my old controllers for the original Switch can still work on the Switch too. And that's all I need. I don't need the extra stuff. And then the grip comes with it. I don't care for the strap because we don't need it anymore because we have a good controller. It comes with the dock. I don't care for the camera. So, most people are probably good to go as long as the price stayed the same. Cool. So yeah, that's the new announcements with the Nintendo Switch 2 and everything about the games I'm into. GameCube games coming online, game chat, and all that kind of stuff. I am still super excited. A little disappointed about the pricing, especially for Mario Kart World. I think it should at least be 70 if you're gonna raise the price. Jumping from 60 to 80 is just kind of crazy to me for a game that I don't know if it's worth that type of money. I feel like a game like maybe The Last of Us or Call of Duty, stuff like that. God of War probably should be the first game, or even GTA 6 should be the first game to be $80 because of the amount of work they put into it versus Mario Kart World. But that's just my opinions. Tell me your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in if you made it this far. Um, we had a lot to talk about the Switch 2. I love everything about it. I like the design. I like the magnets. Um, I'm looking forward to the games and future games to come as well.